1,000 moonlit miles. Alright, that's it. Leisurely matter. Where is it? Here. Talk to Cloud, Retainer, whatever.
We've been to so many places lately. What do you say we take a day off from adventure
No!
and just find somewhere nice to relax?
No!
Let Paimon think. Where are some nice places
No!
we could go? Oh, why don't we pay Cloud Retainer a visit at Mount Outside?
No!
It's been a while since we last saw that illuminated bird. She's always the one popping up out of nowhere and scaring...
Well, she didn't pop up out of nowhere. We popped up out of nowhere.
Outside her place.
Also, she's right over there, and she doesn't even... Also, Paimon doesn't even notice Cloud Retainer all the way over there.
Do you still remember the first time we came here? We even brought offerings and everything.
Yes! It was a huge excursion. It was a weird hiking trip that involved exploring the new, where we were never sure of what was there or what wasn't there. It was basically a first-time thing where we're trying to appeal to a bird that's so overly critical of everything. And you know what? I'm so overly critical of a lot of things, but at least I let up every once in a while. Let's see if Cloud Retainer lets up.
And when we told her that Rex Lapis had been assassinated, she immediately threatened to squash Liyue Harbor. Paimon thought she'd be impossible to get along with. But now that we've spent some more time together, she's really not like that at all.
Wow! Maybe she did let up after some point.
We probably don't need to bring any offerings now that we've gotten to know her pretty well, right? Still, Paimon's got some snacks around here somewhere, so if she really wants something, we can just use that.
Okay.
Huh?
Bring food in.
Traveler, did something catch your eye?
Don't think you've ever seen her. Wow, it's...
Whoa, what a pretty lady. Is she also here to visit Cloud Retainer?
Okay, my guess is this is the story quest before that other story quest or world quest we did where Cloud Retainer did. So, yeah, we're actually gonna find out. Seems like she could be a powerful adeptus.
Yeah, you're right. All it takes is one look and you can tell she's someone special. As expected of that bird lady, really. She must have a whole bunch of Adepti friends from all over the country.
She's a super special person.
Okay, but if we're both friends of Cloud Retainer, then we're basically friends by association, right? Want to go up to her and say hello?
This took place before the lantern rite you did. Yeah. Who knew you're such a social butterfly, Paimon? Paimon is a social butterfly.
Helping you make more connections is a part of Paimon's job as your reliable guide. Paimon's got this.
Okay, then go get it.
Hello.
She's gonna get pissed off at me because the birds ran away.
Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler.
Just say everything in a nice and even tone.
Paimon doesn't think we've met, but we're also friends of Cloud Retainer. May we have the pleasure of learning your name, Madam Adeptus?
It's interesting that usually, I can't remember, but I think Paimon was saying the same thing when we actually met Cloud Retainer the first time, so...
You two... What is this tomfoolery? Has this shift in form so clouded your eyes that you no longer recognize one anymore?
She's Cloud Retainer.
Wait, you're... Huh? You're the illuminated bird? But you look... human! How did that happen?
Oh, donning human form is scarcely any test of one's abilities. As for your confusion, one merely had no reason to indulge such inclinations before.
Also, her voice actor sounds a little bit different. Like, she sounds more like an old woman with, like, a tone or something from, but I don't know.
So, you're indulging now because...
Because some part of her missed being with other human beings, and now she wants to see it for herself.
Well, one has made plans to pay a visit to some disciples at Liyue Harbor. Taking on a human form for such a trip is simply a way to make matters less conspicuous.
Because you don't want to be a walking crane around town like some walking cow in the city.
You? Worrying about keeping a low profile? You're the one who likes to pop up out of nowhere all over the place. In fact, Paimon can think of several examples, like that time when you suddenly appeared on top of a roof without...
I feel like Cloud Retainer has a reason, but she doesn't want to discuss them too openly because she doesn't want to be an animal walking on the streets of a Chinese town I almost forgot Paimon right using gifts.
Hey, didn't we agree not to bring that up unless she asked?
Yeah, well, didn't you offered regardless whether she asked?
Oh? So you have taken care to follow the proper rules of etiquette after all. Most commendable.
Yeah. Funny. Maybe because if you didn't bring it, she'd be pissed off anyways. Tries but fails to look indifferent.
Well, this is all Paimon's got. You don't mind, right?
One has never found oneself lacking in basic comforts. On the contrary, it is the gesture that one values above all else. So long as you've shown proper respect and consideration, the quantity or quality of the gift is but a trivial matter.
That kinda makes Paimon feel a little guilty for trying to keep them for herself.
Yeah.
Anyway, where were we before you reminded Paimon about the gifts?
You wanted to go to Leeway.
Ah, right. So by disciples, you must mean Ganyu and Shenhe. It's also been a while since we last saw them.
One planned to extend the invitation even if you had not raised the matter yourself. Shenhe and Ganyu should be quite pleased to see you again. However, one would first inquire as to the reason behind your visit here. You have cause to seek one's company?
No reason, I'm just coming to see you here because story quest reasons, I don't know.
Yeah, we just found ourselves missing you and wanted to see how you were doing. We were hoping you'd tell us one of your stories. Who knew we'd run into your human form while we were at...
Is that so?
Yes.
If there are no urgent matters at hand, then let us make haste for Liyue Harbor. Ganyu is likely still working at Yuehai Pavilion, so that's
Fine.
Great! Then let's all go to Liyue Harbor.
And so we went. 1,000 moonlit miles, says the moonlit cloud retainer.
Ganyu has been quite busy.
No.
Shenhe has also secured employment recently.
She got a
In her
job.
correspondence with me, she wrote that she shall have no need to return for the foreseeable future.
No.
Did they think one was so easily mollified?
Oh, did I break my legs? I broke my legs.
At Yuehai Pavilion. Hey, do you think Ganyu will be shocked to see Cloud Retainer like this?
No.
Guess we have no idea if Shenhe and Ganyu have ever seen her in this form before. Wait, where did she go?
Somewhere. Who knows? She's back there. She didn't come with us.
Why are you just standing there, Cloud Retainer?
Quietly now. Let you stay here. You two can go and meet with her.
I almost, if that comma wasn't there, I would have thought that Cloud Retainer was telling Paimon to shut up again.
But why? Isn't it better if we all go together?
Because they basically want to be private together, and it's a huge social thing.
If one were to proudly proclaim one's presence, Ganyu would surely profess herself otherwise unoccupied and drop everything to attend to one's visit. One fears that would only result in her staying up all night to make up for lost time. One does not wish to trouble her. Conversing vicariously via you two shall suffice. Do remember to inquire as to her recent well-being. Again, do not mention one's presence here.
Fair enough. Makes sense. Alright then, we'll just pass on your regards and...
And I don't think you got the message.
Cloud Retainer?
And it happened.
Oh,
Too late.
Oh. Busted.
Is that lady someone you know, Miss Ganyu?
Considering the fact that she said a name, yes.
She is indeed. I'm sorry, Huixin, but could we delay the upcoming meeting for a little bit? I believe my schedule today is quite full. Although, perhaps I could move some work to later in the evening.
And so much for not infringing the personal on the professional.
Oh, not to worry, Miss Ganyu.
Thank you, Huixin.
Okay, because the hardest working person should get a little bit of a break here and there.
It's been a while, Ganyu.
Greetings. What brings you here today? And Cloud Retainer, too. It's been quite some time since I last saw you in this form.
She's basically like, I want to talk, but I don't want to talk mood.
you are quite mistaken. One is not acquainted with this Cloud Retainer of whom you speak. One is simply a mere mortal passerby.
That is the worst excuse and, like, safe I could ever have heard.
Seems she's not buying it.
No, nobody's buying it. Nobody tries to say, oh, I'm a friggin' portal. No.
That was but a simple test. One did not expect you to be able to recognize one so easily, especially after so many years of only seeing one's other form.
It looks like totally bewildered. She's thinking, why wouldn't I recognize you? I used to see you every day. How bad do you think my memory is? Did I just not bring up memory?
But recognizing you is, my responsibility as your disciple.
An apt observation. One was simply passing by while attending to some important business. One thought it would only be fitting to pay you a visit while in the area.
Well...
Wait, Paimon wasn't aware of any important...
no!
Cloud Retainer's right! We've still got something super important to do, so we can't stay here for too long.
Oh, is that so? But it's been so long since we last saw each other.
Yes?
One simply desired to see you and had no intention of interrupting your work. A quick conversation should suffice for today. A more involved reunion should wait until you find yourself less occupied.
I understand. That should be fine.
It's like the most haphazard, one-sided thing I've seen so far.
While one acknowledges the amount of work that you have to deal with every day, one must also remind you to rest. Though Adepti blood flows through your veins, excessive exhaustion will still cause grave harm to your body.
Do you consider Ganyu to be similar to the as you say, mortals or other human beings around here? Because that, like what you said, applies to other human beings, of course, but does it apply to anyone like Ganyu?
It still makes one nostalgic to see you as you are now, respected and independent. When you were young, you oft begged one to cuddle you to sleep when you suffered from night...
Cloud Retainer! Stop!
So much for not ruining a social occasion.
If you insist. We are running short on time regardless, so one will refrain from going into each and every story. Why don't you continue your conversation? One shall simply stand by and listen.
Discuss some of your recent adventure with the Ganyu, like...
Wow, you've been to so many new places since the last time we spoke. If you ever need anything, please just come find me at Uehai Pavilion.
Okay.
Also, forgive me for my presumptuousness, Cloud Retainer, but if you plan to continue appearing in this form, don't you think it'd be helpful to adopt a human name?
A human name? Huh. You raise a valid point. Considering the sheer extent of one's renown.
You really think so? Not that you're not famous or anything, but... that famous?
You presume to know the extent of one's illustrious achievements. One would hardly think such a thing to be possible. Nevertheless, Ganyu's advice cannot be ignored. From this point on, when in public occasions, be sure to refer to one as Shenyun.
Shenyun? I didn't even know how to pronounce that, because I'm not good at pronouncing the X sound of any name. Shenyun.
Shenyun?
I assume that's a reference to the full record of Pristine Pavilion. An Adeptus of years past would rise with the clouds and rest with the moon. They were enlightened and wise, free and unfettered. The writer referenced Master's name to describe her carefree and spontaneous nature.
Yeah, that kind of does, reflect upon Cloud Retainer or Shenyun.
Oh, that sounds super cool! Paimon feels like only the most powerful of Adepti could rise with the clouds and rest with the moon.
Says the person who's standing next to the very name that is Cloud Retainer.
Actually, those lines were originally written to describe Cloud Retainer herself.
Speaking of...
Huh? Wait, so you're really that powerful?
Yeah, because she's got years of experience, and my guess is she's lived long... I don't know if she's lived longer than Ganyu, probably less. She'd be old. Yeah.
And what of it? Did you truly take one to be nothing more than a bird of bigger than average size?
No, I expected you to have anime logic and be overly powerful like everybody else, because for some odd reason, every unique character is a really powerful character. She's like 4,000 plus years old. Okay, yeah. She's got experience.
Not exactly.
Yeah, looked away in embarrassment.
To be fair, Cloud Retainer rarely speaks of her past accomplishments. The tales of her past can only be found in ancient texts.
Yeah, and she probably has to use it in ancient tongue as well, and given how she's talked recently, she probably is still using her ancient tongue because first-person pronouns, for some odd reason, hasn't been developed in ancient times.
It is said that once, a long, long time ago, there was a severe drought in Liyue. Left with no choice, many people left their homes, while others spent day and night praying to the Adepti. Although I did not live through such tragedy, simply reading about it is enough to gain a visceral understanding of all the pain and desperation during that time. On top of the drought, a noxious gas also began to spread through the land. If not for Cloud Retainer's efforts, much of Liyue would be nothing more than a barren wasteland today. The books had this to say about what happened. Upon arrival, the Adeptus borrowed the wind to retain the clouds. Immediately, the clouds gathered together, and abundant rain burst forth from the heavens. Drought and plague were both driven away, and the people were saved.
Yeah, because the water was brought back, and that's what happens when you try to live without water.
Wow, that's incredible!
You basically controlled the winds like Nouvelette controls the water.
Mortal records add embellishments to dramatize past events. One did merely what one ought, and even if one had not interceded, the other Adepti would surely have stepped in to help.
Even so, you stopped an entire drought! Can you really control the weather like the book said? Oh, Paimon suddenly has a lot more respect for you. So it was Paimon's bad for calling you Illuminated Bird before. You're not too mad, are you?
How laughable. A name is but a simple label we carry with us on our journey through the world. Why would one be offended by such a trivial matter?
Called it. Also, the fact that Xinyun has lived longer than Farina. My guess is, whatever suffering that was, she just got over it over time.
That's a relief. In that case, Paimon will continue to call you whatever.
No.
Well, that is quite enough ancient history for now. Ganyu, have you had word from Shenhe?
That's quite enough ancient history, because you're making me feel like ancient history.
One has heard that she procured a job recently. Have you any thoughts on her workplace? And what, pray tell, of her monthly remuneration?
Because she cares about Shinhei.
Moreover, does she find herself overly inundated with work? Is she allowed time off during Lantern Rite?
She was allowed time off for the Lantern Rite.
That is a lot of questions.
Yes, and usually one who's out of the loop, oh god, now I'm talking like Cloud Retainer, normally would want to get caught up with everybody.
There is no cause for concern, Cloud Retainer. I introduced Shenhe to her employer personally. Wanmin Restaurant's business has been booming recently. So, with Chef Mao being swamped with customers, and Shangling still off and out in search of new recipes, I introduced Shenhe to staff the restaurant.
Interesting that, like, usually in order to get work, it's not about what you know, it's about who you know, so yeah.
I see. Most excellent indeed. One has had the pleasure of being introduced to that family. Shangling is kind and astute, while her father is loyal and reliable. One has no cause to believe that they will make Shenhe's work difficult.
Why? Because you'd see yourself in that position and you'd think that would be difficult?
Now, it is almost time to partake in the victuals of noon. One shall visit Wanmin Restaurant in person and see how Shenhe is doing.
Huh? But didn't you just say that you had something important to do?
What?
Can that wait until after we've eaten?
You may return to your work, Ganyu. One shall see to this matter on one's own. There will be many an occasion to dine together in the future.
Of course, Cloud Retainer. Please take care. Traveler, Paimon, I'll see you some other time.
Okay.
See you around, Gun.
And then we saw her around.
Paimon was pretty quick on...
As soon as you mentioned
in
anything.
fact, it was not an excuse. One is indeed visiting Liyue Harbor.
And yeah, we're going to a restaurant. Oh, there she be.
You get what I'm saying, right?
You're trying to hit on her, are you?
Yeah, how can I not? Not even fine food is enough to distract from the presence of a fine lady, huh?
You're gonna try to hit on her, aren't you?
Oh, I'm far more interested in getting her details than ordering any dishes. Hey, how about you ask her?
You're gonna try to hit
You do it.
You do it! She looks like she'll cave your skull in with a single karate chop!
No. I think you should. Wait, she's coming.
I don't want you. I want you to do it because I'm afraid she'll kill me.
What can I get for you today?
Greetings, miss. I was just wondering if you'd be willing to...
What would you like to order?
Well, there's the imposing thing right there. Ah!
2 servings of more meat to go.
What would you like to order?
Shenhe!
She scared away the customers.
Welcome. It's been a while. May I take your order?
No, we're here to talk to you.
Don't welcome us as guests and greet us as old friends in the same line. It's weird.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's been a while.
And this is?
Cloud Retainer?
This is Miss Xinyun.
I really wonder. Basically, Shinhei is gonna tell this Cloud Retainer.
Master?
Called it!
One does not recall ever revealing this form to you before. How were you able to ascertain one's true identity with such ease?
First of all, is it the ornament on your head that could reveal it?
I've trained and lived with Master for more than 10 years. I would recognize you no matter what form you take.
Oh, okay.
You
know me!
Is something the matter, Master?
Hardly. One simply learned of your employment from your letter and came to check on your well-being.
And check out the great food, too.
But of course.
Indeed. It's almost lunchtime. My apologies. I'm still on the clock and can't talk for very long.
Well, if it isn't the Traveler and Paimon. Are you here for Shenhe?
Yes.
The lunch rush isn't in yet, Shenhe. So I've got things covered for now. Go ahead, sit down, and enjoy some time with your friends.
Thank you, Chef Ma-
That's so goddamn lucky. Ah! God. Where do I sit? Gotta sit here? And then we sit and talk for a bit.
It is just as one expected. The owner of Wanmin Restaurant is indeed a most reasonable and accommodating human.
Aside from the other reasonable accommodating humans that you may have seen before, but only look at Chef Mao and then consider saying that, yes.
Still, the work here entails dealing with quite a varied group of people. Has this been difficult for you, Shenhe?
Do you have any problems with any of the customers, like karate chopping their head in, whether vertical or horizontal? No? Okay.
It's been manageable so far. I sometimes run into strange people, but I have figured out a way to deal with them.
Oh, God.
Seems like you've been making progress. So by dealing with them, you mean...
Scaring them off? Or not doing anything?
First, I try to talk sense into them. If that doesn't work, I threaten them with violence. At this point, they usually decide they are in favor of a civil conversation.
Yeah, when you basically pull your weapon out, only then are they willing to talk.
Oh, how should Paimon put this?
Sounds reasonable, because there are other people that want to hit on her, and sometimes when no just isn't enough, sometimes a weapon does it.
Oh, a sensible plan. One is gladdened to see you integrate so well into human society.
And you, Master? How have you been?
Stuck in the clouds or stuck in the mountains and away from human civilization where it's a little bit hard to not be alone for over 4,000 years. But then again, she's been with all the other Adepti, so yeah.
Simply marvelous. Though Mount Outsong has scarcely enjoyed your presence recently, one has hardly found the pleasure of one's own company to be lacking.
What? Yeah.
I see. Just as expected of Master.
Basically, she misses you. It's... What did she mean to say actually misses the two of you? Did I not just say also called it?
I have missed Master quite a bit too. Even though work has been busy lately, I've already had a conversation with Chef Mao about taking some time off soon to visit Master.
Well, she's a tsundere.
Oh, you did? Do make note of such matters in your letters in the future. There's hardly a need to keep one in suspense.
Whoa, her mood shot up just like that.
Yes, hypocrisy.
By the way, Master, since you are in Liyue Harbor, have you had the chance to visit Ganyu?
Yes. Why?
Indeed. She is similarly preoccupied with her work. There was time only to exchange a few simple pleasantries.
Okay, like now?
Ganyu told us the story of Cloud Retainer's name. It was amazing. We never knew how powerful she was before.
Let me guess. Shinhei also has a story about Cloud Retainer as well, and we're gonna hear more about her history as well.
I see. In that case, allow me to also share a story about Master's past.
Called it!
Oh? Is that a problem, Master? I believe this to be a good topic of conversation.
Oh, not a problem. One was simply caught off guard. But no matter. Please, proceed. One is most curious to see how much of one's own conversational prowess you possess.
I'm not nervous, but I'll hear you out anyways, even though I might be nervous.
Master once participated in a race against Mooncarver. After Mooncarver lost, he insisted that Master's ability to fly gave her a natural edge in such a contest. In response, Master agreed to forego flying in return for being able to use one of her devices in the race. Mooncarver accepted, only to find Master with a brand new device on the day of the contest.
Huh. What kind of device was it?
Was it a device to help her run?
It was a mechanical vehicle made out of iron. What was it called again? Oh, an electro-powered bicycle?
Oh, you refer to the bicyclical Thunder Flashmobile. One spent 49 days conceptualizing and crafting it. It need only be infused with adeptal energy, and it can cover thousands of miles in one day. Oh, it boggles the mind why Mooncarver ever supposed he might best me in a contest of locomotion. Though he sprinted with all his might, he could barely keep up.
Though he tried to outrun an electric scooter, he couldn't pull it off.
Alas, the one flaw of my mechanism lay in its weakness against mountainous terrain. One was thwarted mere seconds from victory, when it was thrown off course and failed to make it across the final stretch. Truly a most unfortunate turn of events.
Master, that was the end of that story.
Is that so? Huh. With you gone, one has seldom felt the desire to call upon those old fossils for another contest. What is a race without spectators, after all?
Says the old fossil who's talking about old fossils.
Have you been lonely, Master?
She has.
Lonely? Huh. At one's age, entire human generations come and go in the blink of an eye. Even one's own self-directed musings can span several days and nights. It's a most foreign sentiment. The mere mention of it is preposterous.
That was a yes or no question.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that you can't even address the question says that you can't even address loneliness yourself.
What is the reason for that look upon your face?
Because it's almost turned into a therapy session at this point.
It's nothing. It's just... Well, Paimon gained a lot of respect for you after listening to that story of you summoning the rain and everything. But all it took was a few words out of your mouth, and it's like you're back to being that illuminated bird again. I was just a little bit confused. Which one of the two is the real Cloud Retainer?
To me, they are both, Master. One is the Master that's widely revered by the people, while the other is the Master that I respect and adore.
Which is the one right here?
Huh. One finds oneself exalted yet again with sweet words of praise and flattery of a most extravagant nature. You chose to exalt one with your words, yet you refuse to grace Mount Outsong with your presence for any extended period of time. One would almost question the sincerity of your estimations.
She does have a point.
This is not to say that your words paint an inaccurate picture. One has always lived by a single ideal. Eschew all action and abide by no rule. One does as one pleases and speaks as one pleases. Others may critique or praise as they see fit. Yet one places little weight in such judgments.
What? I have no idea what she said there. But
She got like, what, 2 sentences of flattery from her disciple, and it's as if her ego is about to burst.
right.
Do you have any empty tables?
Okay, time to get the empty table. And then we get the empty table.
Hey there, could we get another fish stew?
And then it's time for Shinhei to get back to work.
I'm hearing more guests come in. I should get back to work.
And so you should.
Alright, good luck with the lunch.
Mm-hmm. I'll try my best.
This is Japanese lunchtime rush! Actually, no, it's Chinese lunchtime rush. And so we talk to everybody. As more and more guests begin to trickle, the Paimon takes the opportunity to order a whole array of delicious dishes.
So much yummy food! Paimon's gonna feast!
Did I literally see Paimon's eyes light up then and there? I don't know. Can you eat this kind of food, Cloud Retainer?
One is fond of all kinds of delicacies and delights in a multitude of flavors.
What if I was to find something you weren't familiar with? Would you still choose to eat it?
The dishes here demonstrate no shortage of culinary skill. Their unique flavor profile has left one more than satisfied. In fact, one has been struck by quite the fit of inspiration. One has already begun to conceptualize the next generation of supreme cuisine machines.
That's a lot of words to describe food! Delicious, polygonal, game-style, frickin' low-resolution food.
Everything's so tasty. A bit too hot at times, but still super tasty.
It looks like plastic.
Oh, I'm sorry, miss, but our tables are full.
Well, it's time we get the hell out of here. Dang
Shall we
it.
try somewhere else, Gran? But it smells so delightful. Can we really not eat here?
Well, you could always check with some of the other guests and see if anyone's happy to share a table.
Let me guess. One of them is gonna come over here.
Okay, I'll ask around.
One of them is gonna come over here.
Excuse me. Would you mind letting us share a table with you?
Ah, well, Paimon doesn't mind. What about you guys?
Yes, I don't mind.
Great. Thanks so much. My name is Shuyu, and this is my granny, Yuendai.
I'm starting to wonder if Cloud Retainer knows you and I.
Granny?
Yep. Is there something wrong with that?
Why would there be?
No, Paimon's just a bit surprised. She looks so young.
Really?
Yeah. A lot of people compliment Granny on her youthful looks, but she's actually much older than she appears.
Gee, I really am starting to wonder if we're talking about Cloud Retainer at this point. She knows Cloud Retainer. Do they know each other? No?
Granny?
Just-
Why don't you take us?
Huh. Have we met before?
No.
Tis a fated meeting, then. Please, take a seat.
You recognize Shuyu? No.
What would you like to eat, Granny? I can order for you.
you?
Want braised earthworms. They always pop up out of the ground after a rainstorm.
Is she also another Deptide that's disguised as a human? Earthworms. What?
No, not this again. Granny, there's no braised earthworms on the menu.
What? She's a bird.
Braised earthworms? Well, that sounds weird. Do people actually eat that?
No! You might as well go to a restaurant and ask for Fruit Loops on the menu!
Right, that's what Paimon was thinking too.
Don't ask for Fruit Loops on the menu! You see, I won't tell you now to the end of the story question. You figured it out yourself? Okay, fine.
Need any help?
Yes, but not with helping you order Fruit Loops off the menu.
Help? Oh, do you mean with Granny? Thanks, that's nice of you to offer. Granny has pretty bad dementia, so her memory's getting worse all the time. She's always saying things that sound kinda confusing.
Why?
Actually, her memory's been bad ever since I was little. But it's gotten so bad lately that I even have to remind her who I am every morning.
Oh my god.
They died young. It's just me and Granny now.
Dang, the young taking care of the really old.
Oh. But it's okay. Don't feel bad. Granny loves me a lot, and I love her a lot too. Sure, it's hard at times, but you just gotta make the best of the life you've got.
Even if you got a crappy hand in life.
Wow. You're really tough for your age, kid.
You're tough kids.
You're too kind.
And me? Oh, what about me?
You're able to stand up straight. That's basically you.
You're tough too, Granny. Plus, you're really gentle,
Yes, and it's hardly as if I forget everything. I still remember the important things. Wait, what was that really important thing again?
Is she also secretly an Adepti? And that's why she's still able to stand up straight?
Ah, I remember now. It was a dream. I had a dream where everything was dark. Someone was standing in front.
Huh? That sounds super important. But how come you've never told me about it before?
It was just a dream, so I forgot about it. But I'm in a good mood now, and you know, I believe I've had this dream a great many times. But just how many times have I had it? Now that I do not remember.
Okay.
Wait, so you have a reoccurring dream where someone's talking to you? That sounds spooky. Oh, does that mean you're possessed?
Maybe?
Unlikely. Her eyes are clear and her breathing remains calm and level. One sees no signs of possession.
Are you sure?
Who do you take me for? Is one not an adept? Am I not an expert?
Interesting you almost call her an Adeptus.
Huh, you're right. Paimon almost forgot you're the expert. In that case, do you still remember what the person in your dreams looked like, Granny?
Not anymore. Although, I have a sense that she looked rather like me. But not as I am now. My younger self.
Really?
A younger version of Granny?
Yeah! You might as well be looking at yourself!
This is just getting weirder and weirder. What is going on here?
I have no idea.
As one said, fate must have brought us together. You may leave this situation to me.
Are you sure?
Yes!
Paimon's Paimon.
And I'm the Traveler.
Just Shenyun is fine.
Thank you all so much for offering to help. But first, I'm sorry for asking, but,
Oh, we
It's
don't
fine.
need any payment for this.
We're fine. We're just curious about your sister. If you want to help, if we can.
Thank you.
You're welcome. But Miss Shenyun, what exactly can we do to help out this Granny? All we have to go off is that dream. Where do we start?
No idea.
That is elementary. Since her dreams portray her younger self, then we shall retrace the steps of her youth. Once we have revisited those places, her memories will likely return.
Okay.
Sounds like a plan. So, Granny, do you remember which places you went to when you were young?
Oh god, I really wonder if it's gonna lead to somewhere. Also, she has an interesting head ornament behind her. I don't know if that's it's similar to the ornament on Cloud Retainer's head.
Why, of course I do. The heavens above, the earth below, the wispy clouds.
Okay, taking that as a no.
I might have an idea. Once, when I was really little, my dad told me that Granny used to be a martial artist heroine who saved loads of people from a disaster. If it's true, then maybe they wrote about it in the history books.
A martial arts heroine? Oh, Shinjo knows tons about Liyue's chivalric traditions. If anyone knows about the heroes of the past, it's him. Let's go find him at the Feiyun Commerce Guild.
Basically, we're dealing with a Mulan character who can barely remember anything.
Are you leaving already? But I'm still hungry.
Says the person who barely ate, didn't order anything off the menu, and only said anything about it until right here and now. Why didn't you say? But then again, she has dementia, so why should I bother to wonder about it?
I'll go order some food, Granny. If there's nothing on the menu you especially want, I'll just get a few
It seems we must part ways for now. The Traveler and Paimon are bound for the Feiyun Commerce Guild, while Yuendai and Shuyu shall remain here and partake of their lunch. As for myself, I have matters to discuss with Streetward Rambler.
Okay.
Street word rambler? Oh, you mean Madam Ping!
I barely remember Madam Ping, but
Precisely.
yeah.
Let us meet at Yujing Terrace once you are ready.
Oh yeah, she did provide the Serenity thing, so yeah, that's there. That's also important. And so now,
Unbelievable.
okay, you talk now. Talk now? You talk now. And no, your name is not Talk Now.
It's you two.
What brings you here?
Huh! It's you! What do you want?
Xingqiu! Great, we found you! We wanted to ask you about something.
And then we asked him something.
That's not a whole lot of information to go off of. I don't know if I can say for sure.
That's not a lot. It's a dream. What am I expect to make that out of a dream? That's fine. Anything is helpful and appreciated.
I can't pinpoint her identity from your description alone. But considering her age, I am reminded of a nameless heroine who's been featured in various chivalric novels.
Are we gonna discover another Adepti posed as a human?
Nameless heroine?
That's right. The novels often speak of a great drought from 50 years ago. As the people suffered, a nameless heroine appeared and began to clear away evil spirits in bandit camps. The people idolized her, but never learned her name.
The nameless hero. Okay.
All they knew was that she always acted alone. Later, though, she supposedly fell in love with a similarly noble-minded exorcist from Mount Tianheng. They were well matched in more ways than one, often fighting together as a fearsome duo of otherworldly strength.
Wait, were they fighting each other, or are they fighting... I don't know. When I hear the word fighting together, I guess together as one, but I don't know.
After the drought ended, the heroine and the exorcist left the public eye and began living a reclusive life in the mountains. All that remained were tales of her incredible accomplishments. The way this nameless heroine faded from fame into obscurity later in life is not too dissimilar from Miss Yuendai. I hope that's somewhat helpful.
Thanks a lot, Xingqiu. We knew it'd be worth talking to you.
It's nothing at all. Just something I came across while reading. I did do a bit of extra research on her story, but it was just out of personal curiosity.
What?
Well, Paimon still thinks it's super cool.
Let me think. In the novels, the nameless heroine always appeared near one of three places. Wangshu Inn, the area just north of Jueyun Karst, and Qingyun Peak. Perhaps the real-life heroine who inspired the character was also often seen near those three places.
Fine.
You're welcome. To be honest, I found some parts of the story confusing when I first came across it. If Miss Yuendai was indeed the original inspiration for the character, she may just be able to help me put the pieces together.
Really?
It's rare for a chivalric hero to fade into obscurity during their lifetime, even after retiring from the public eye. But no one ever saw or heard from the nameless heroine again. I've never understood why someone would go to such lengths to erase themselves from public memory. It's almost as if she was trying to hide from something. There's probably far more to the story than what's been written.
Well, it's a name...
We'll be sure to tell you if we manage to uncover the truth.
Basically, it's interesting, like, yeah, why not carry a name throughout 4? Maybe the name is connected to something else? Maybe there's something she didn't want to bring?
That's a deal. Perhaps, behind the truth of it all, there lies a story more fantastical than any work of fiction.
Paimon feels like we just learned so much from Xingqiu. A drought, a nameless heroine, a life of seclusion. Wait, why does the story sound super familiar?
Maybe because we've heard them before?
Oh, right! There's a drought in this story, too!
Well, they used to be. But people have long since developed methods to prevent them. Like by cultivating the soil or digging canals.
Or maybe making sure that dirt is able to hold water.
So while droughts do happen from time to time, they are rarely regarded as true disasters. The drought 50 years ago is probably one of the worst we've had in the last several centuries.
Dang.
The crops withered, the streams ran dry, and the monsters in the mountains became rabid and agitated. Countless caravans were attacked, and people who lost their homes came together to form bandit groups.
That sounds awful.
Yeah, and that's exactly why the nameless heroine was so beloved. She must have been someone of true integrity. Still, as terrible as that drought was, it was nothing compared to the truly calamitous disasters that befell this land in ancient times.
Really? Interesting that someone who's ancient as Cloud Retainer meets somebody as old as Yuendai.
They say that back in those days, disasters were both more severe and more common. Only the strongest of Adepti could hope to dispel the ruin and devastation. Do you have any other questions?
No.
For now, we're just going to head back and meet up with Miss Xianyun, and Paimon hopes that Granny Yuendai will be able to remember more of her past. She used to be a great hero who saved many people. So sad that she can't recall any of it.
Well, why?
Anyway, we'll be off now. See you some other time, Shin.
It's no problem at all. Safe travels.
Okay.
I have recorded the tune that you requested. I hope it will be of help to you.
Interesting. Is that a song disc or a spin disc?
Oh, thank. Straight word, Ping. What has amused you so?
Street word rambler.
Oh, it's no serious matter. I was just reminiscing about the last time I saw you in this form. Time has wrought such change in this world, and yet you appear just the same as ever.
Time has little bearing on one's existence, nor has one keenly felt its effects whilst dwelling at Mount Outsong. Nevertheless, Ping, one would like to seek your counsel on a personal matter.
It's very easy for you to say time has little bearing on one's existence, says the person who probably didn't change much over the last 4,000 plus years.
Oh, why so formal all of a sudden? I must say, you're making me a little nervous.
Well, the inquiry is approximately how much more would one need to afford a comfortable life in the harbor, not unlike the one that you yourself lead.
What's the rent like?
It does not require as much as you may think.
Cloud Retainer, Madam Ping! What are you two talking about?
My guess is Cloud Retainer wants to live in Liyue and get away from the mountains.
Nothing save for some trivial matters. Have you unearthed any useful details?
Yes!
Shinto has a theory, but let's save it for when Chuyu and Miss Yuendai have joined up with us.
Okay. Chuyu and Yuendai soon arrive the same. Power relays, Shinju's theory.
Do not be troubled, young lady.
Thank you so much.
What do you think, Chuyu? Does it match up with what you know of your granny?
According to the story, the nameless heroine eventually fell in love with an exorcist from Mount Tianheng. Maybe that's my grandpa. I don't have many memories of him, but there was this one time I found a box in our attic full of a bunch of weird sigils.
Seems like the stories are on track. You should pay a visit to the 3 places mentioned in the books.
I think so too. Granny might remember something once she's returned to a familiar place.
Well, she's returned here, so is this not a familiar place?
What marvelous tea. I can taste the dew's sweetness. It's as if I was taking a stroll in the mountains, thoroughly one with nature.
Is that so? Then please drink as much as you like. There's no need to hurry. At our age, it's always nice to slow down and take the time to appreciate pleasant conversation among friends.
Interesting how this whole entire story quest is pretty much doing just that!
Thank you.
Let's rest here for a while then.
Okay, since we have the time.
Yes!
Sure thing. What would you like to know?
I have a secret I want to tell you.
You don't have a secret.
Let's go talk over there.
Buy me things. That's your secret. I don't know. I used to try that. What is it? Okay.
What's wrong, Well, I've been kind of meaning to ask ever since we started talking in the restaurant. But are you guys all Adepti in disguise?
She's the Adepti, I'm not.
Oh! How about that?
Let me guess. Madam Ping says at our age when she's way older than Grandma. Maybe. But in any case, at our age. Or, no. Like the Adeptis in disguise. Are you not just talking about Cloud Retainer here, or you're also thinking your grandma is also an Adepti?
Well, you guys just seem super special. Plus, I think I might have heard Miss Shen Yun call herself an Adeptus.
Yeah.
Oh, must have been a slip of the tongue. Shen Yun, since you were the one who, misspoke.
Yes, I'm a superhero in disguise, so what?
One is indeed an Adeptus. Is that of some concern to you?
Yes, she came out with it. Basically, Jin Yun is like Tony Stark at the end of Iron Man, and she's like, I am Iron Man. I knew it. You don't sound surprised at all. You just would rather if Jin Yun would admit it.
Well, one time when I was a little kid, I saw a pure white illuminated crane. I had this super high fever, and Granny wasn't around. I was feeling all icky and gross. She put me on her back and flew me to her cool Adeptus house and fed me some sort of magic potion. When I woke up, I was already back in my bed, and my fever was gone.
So you got reverse storked to a medical hospital at a Cloud Retainer's residence, and you got brought back stork all the way here.
I really wanted to thank her, but I was too sleepy to stay awake. So I just kind of wanted to ask if maybe any of you have ever met an Adeptus like that?
No. Unless you're talking about Cloud Retainer, then yeah.
A pure white illuminated crane? Have you ever met one that's pure white, Cloud Retainer?
Never has one met an Adeptus with such features. One surmises such a description is but a hyperbolic embellishment that oft results from narrative accounts.
So wait, this isn't Cloud Retainer? Because Cloud Retainer is like that green tealish color, not pure white. So if the Adeptus was pure white, are we actually talking about a grandmother?
That's weird. Was it really just a dream then?
So Cloud Retainer's not going to recall it, so...
Well, even if it was just in my head, it doesn't matter that much anyway.
Leave it to us! Now that we know the 3 locations, we just need to visit them one by one.
Then go.
Let's go to Wangshu Inn first.
Okay, interesting there's a sunset behind Paimon then and there.
Okay, I'll go get Grant.
And then off we go. Getting hanger. There we go.
Wangshu Inn.
Yup.
Do you remember this place, Grant?
Yes. The fish here is very delicious. And if you look out into the distance, you can always spot a bird that's been left behind by its flock.
Fine.
I believe I used to have a room here. It had a window. Yes,
I'll come with.
Come with. And then she came with. And
I'm
then...
still having some trouble understanding what she's talking about, but if she's so familiar with this place... Whoa! Shell! What are you doing here all of a sudden? You scared the living daylights out of Paimon!
Almost anything scares the living daylights out of you, but for some odd reason, fighting monsters doesn't seem to scare you.
I sensed a non-human presence and decided to come take a look.
Was it you? Was it Paimon? Was it the Cloud Retainer? Or was it the grandma who just walked in?
If you're here, then there's likely no trouble afoot. I suppose there's no cause for concern.
But then again...
It's been a while, Cloud Retainer. I see you have returned to your previous form.
So Cloud Retainer used that form.
I have indeed. I fought alongside her in this form on many occasions during the Archon War.
Oh, wow! What was she like during the war? Oh, wait, let Paimon take a guess. Was it anything like this?
Behold, the glory of one's newest invention, the Bang Bang Continuous Fire Mechanism. Hands up and surrender, or be prepared to face the full might of the Adepti.
No, and also how the hell did you get a bunch of cannons right up there?
An impressive imitation.
But an imitation nonetheless.
Paimon knows her all too well.
Also, how was Paimon able to get a bunch of cannons next to her? I don't know.
Even so, Cloud Retainer was not always as ostentatious as you describe. You may be unaware, but her talent with Adepti sigils is just as formidable as her skill in mechanics.
So she's basically an engineer.
The Archon War reached its peak after Guizhong's death. The Cloud Retainer who fought beside me in those devastating battles was taciturn and solemn, only speaking when she had to activate her sigils.
A Cloud Retainer who barely talks? Paimon can't picture it. But what happened after that? If you were so powerful in your human form, why did you decide to take up your bird form again?
Once one had bid farewell to the world of mortals, what use would one still have for such a shape when dwelling between mountain and forest, away from the struggles and troubles of the mortal world? A mortal form is hardly the most fitting of choice.
After the war, Cloud Retainer retired to Mount Outsong, only revealing herself to the occasional visitor, and always in her avian form. Although I do believe there was an occasion some 30-odd years ago when she decided to don her human form.
One believes there is little need to relive bygone matters.
Says the person who tried to relieve bygone matters to Ganyu.
Granny, are you okay?
I'm gonna say what I want to say, but I'm not gonna hear what you have to say.
Back then, at this place,
Perhaps this conversation should end here. Should
Okay.
you encounter any trouble, you need only call my name. However, given that you are traveling with Cloud Retainer, I trust you are in good hands.
Interesting that Zhao is the only one who does say I... But, yeah. Poof!
Everyone! I think Granny is finally beginning to remember.
Slowly now, calm your mind and recount what has been recalled.
a long time ago, I stayed here to recuperate from my illness.
What illness?
So what Shinto said was...
I don't remember. I'm very sorry, but I can't even remember the name of my illness. The only thing I can remember is that it took a great toll. I was confined to my room in Wangshu Inn, where I spent many days unconscious. I'd come to every once in a while and stare at the migrating birds outside the window. It was a solemn sight. I remember crying, but I'm not even sure I knew why.
What? Because there is no why in the emotion part.
One day, I met a traveling merchant. Upon hearing of my illness, he sold me a bottle of soul-revitalizing tea pills.
Valadier?
He told me that the pills were concocted using adepti blood and could be used to alleviate my symptoms. Sure enough, I made a full recovery. My illness remained dormant for several decades after that.
To mention your suffering is now actually...
Wait, but if your illness remained dormant for several decades, are you saying that what you're going through now is just a relapse of what happened, and it was all thanks to the pills that you managed to keep the symptoms in check? Paimon's brain kinda hurts. Do you remember anything else?
You need to get more brain juice, Paimon. Also, if you ever think about medications, they only delay the effects, not cure them. So, unless your idea of medicine is to cure something, then this is just like, for Granny's just kicking the can down the road even further.
I'm sorry, I don't.
Hey, you're not useless. You've done so much for me. Watched me grow up. Raised me.
Oh, fret not, dear child. Granny was just a bit frustrated.
The recovery of a person's memories is a gradual process. Finding pieces of one's past is always superior to not finding anything at all. Let us make haste to the next...
Go!
Next location. Next
Go!
Isn't really a landmark there, so where should we start?
Go!
After all, if she was there for any length of time, then she would have stayed somewhere, right? Oh, Paimon's really got her thinking cap on today. At this rate, we'll recover all of Granny Wendai's memories in no time.
Go! Now! Bird. Dead bird. You remember anything here?
Paimon sees an abandoned house. Why don't we take a break over there?
By breaking into somebody's house?
This place.
Did you remember something, Granny?
I remember. Shuyu. This is where your father was born. It was a moonless night. I had been injured, so your grandpa was supporting me. We fled together with some being in the fog behind us in hot pursuit. I had exhausted my strength when the labor pains came on, so so we took refuge in this house. Your grandpa set up a barrier outside, but neither of us knew if it could... I remember that night. I remember falling to my knees. I alone am the source of this sin. Punish me as you wish for forsaking my oath, but spare my innocent child.
Sin? Oath? Did you do something wrong?
Something tells me it might be related to the nameless heroine story.
I don't know. I don't remember. I only remember praying in the darkness with... Eventually, the house was filled with the sound of my baby's first cries. That baby was your father. I remember I clutched him tight to my chest.
My dad?
He was my pride and joy. And so are you, Shuyu. You're so much like him, but you're always going to be different from me. Why? Just what did I do?
What kind of painful thing do you get involved in that you don't ever want to remember or give anyone's name or give a name to yourself to carry on?
I don't care what you might have done, Granny.
You're too sweet, Shuyu. I'm lucky to have you with me. If not for you, I would not have had the courage to come here, to try to remember what I had forgotten. All right. Let's not stand around any longer. There's one place left, yes? Let's go take a look.
If one recalls correctly, the next place should be...
Okay. Whee! Broke my legs.
We're finally here. Does this place feel familiar to you, Gran?
Let me see.
The clouds.
Strange. Have I lived here before?
As an adeptus.
When we were at Wangshu Inn and the abandoned house earlier, though I couldn't remember everything, I still felt a sense of familiarity. I could easily picture myself in those places. But here, I don't have that feeling. Perhaps I did come here in the past, but it just didn't leave a strong impression on me.
But did the stories get it wrong then?
We can't expect them to get anything right.
Yeah, that's true. Paimon was hoping this place would jog Granny Uendai's memory just like the other.
I'm sorry to disappoint you.
It's alright. We're not going to give up yet. We'll figure something else out. Just you wait.
We just gotta call it out. She's an adeptus, isn't she?
Thank you. If only I could remember. Huh? That way. What's that mountain?
Mount Aesion?
Oh, let Paimon look! Huh? Isn't that Mount Outsong? Looks like we've come full circle.
So let me guess. Granny was actually one of Cloud Retainer's disciples. Which is why we've come full circle.
Mount Outsong. Mount Outsong.
Granny, are you okay?
She actually
Don't
remembers.
push yourself, Granny. It's okay if you can't remember. You shouldn't do something that makes you sad.
Mount Outsong, What am I reading?
Mount Outsong holds some familiarity to you?
It does, but I can't go back.
Are you feeling unwell?
My head, it feels all heavy and dizzy. What is wrong with me?
Cloud... Miss Xianyun, is there anything you can do?
Bring her back to Mount Outsong.
Let us go to Mount Outsong.
But...
Fret not, all will be well. You and I, you have already given more than enough to the pursuit of this endeavor. You may leave the rest to me. I've prepared something that can aid you in suppressing the fear in your heart and restoring your lost memories. It currently resides at Mount Outsong.
Wait, really? When did you do that?
I'm pretty sure she did it before when, I don't know if it's Shuyu. It's either Cloud Retainer or Granny, but one or the other. There is medicine that helps people over there, so yeah.
I never leave anything to chance. All will reveal itself when we arrive.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, when I have to try to get a new character, it's mostly chance, so... yeah. Okay. So my guess is Granny's gonna know something about this.
Come on, just tell Paimon over.
Here, this is it.
Wooden carving, or is it metal?
Huh? But isn't this the mechanism that you were tinkering with when we...
Precisely. A recent one at that. I am most pleased with the result. I call it the Suspensus Somnium mechanism.
Somnium? Like... Somni is like waking or dream, so... Suspended dream mechanism?
It periodically releases a soft breeze, which when paired with a gentle adeptal tune, can help the listener subconsciously relax, and even enter a semi-hypnotic state.
Are you gonna use it on her?
Soothing agitation and anxiety, relieving exhaustion and insomnia, its potential uses are numerous indeed. And of course, it can also aid in the recovery of lost memories.
Whoa, what a cool gadget! But if you had it all along, why did you keep it to yourself until just now?
Because my guess is Cloud Retainer knew all about what she had to do in meeting disciples. And, basically, the whole entire purpose of why Cloud Retainer went to Leeway is to meet her disciples. And given the fact that the Granny Yundai came with us along, which makes me think she too was also a disciple. And because she knew about Granny's condition, that's why she had the machine prepared long beforehand.
We could have come to Mount Outsong right off the bat and saved time on a lot of floating.
How preposterous. Had Yundai not recalled much of her past through her own efforts, the device would have nothing to draw upon. We Adepti can only help those who first resolve to help themselves. Had she lacked such determination and strength of character, one would have little to offer in way of assistance.
In other words, you can't help someone if they can't learn to help themselves.
Paimon thinks she gets it now. Hey, what's that other thing?
As previously mentioned, a gentle adeptal tune is required to take full advantage of the mechanism. One secured such a tune from Streetward Rambler. Only with her melodies can the mechanism reach its peak power.
Whoa, Paimon can feel what you mean. Paimon's body feels light as a feather.
And you and I. Is the mechanism helping you to relax? It appears she has already succumbed to the depths of reverie.
The drought is over. But why do you look like you want to cry?
The potion. It's nearly run its course.
I've never regretted meeting you. Not even for a second.
Please. Please, no.
Let her husband.
Have you forgotten?
Cloud Retainer?
This is the world you left behind. One of gentle breeze and morning dew, perfectly straddled betwixt the realms of heaven and earth. This is your home. This is where you belong. You should have never left. The you of the past, the me from not that long ago. We should have never.
So she is an Adeptus. And she was one of Xinyun's disciple.
So that is the truth. No wonder this place is so familiar.
Called it!
Granny! Granny, are you okay?
Cloud Retainer.
Your memories have returned.
Wait, did you just call her by her full name? You already knew each other?
Yeah. They did.
Yes. I now remember everything.
Granny, please don't cry.
Oh, don't worry, my dear child. Granny is fine. I'm so sorry, everyone. You've gone to so much trouble on my behalf. It's all come back to me now. The most important thing that I had forgotten was the truth of what I once was.
One can sense the guilt that now plagues your conscience. Reclaiming a truth long buried is sure to come with a myriad of complex emotions. Perhaps one should recount the story on your behalf while you compose yourself.
No, it's okay. Now that I've remembered, I must face my memories head on. Shuyu, everyone.
Please, Granny, don't force yourself. What happened in the past doesn't matter.
I know, dear child. My feelings for you are exactly the same. It is for this reason that you deserve to know the truth. Some time ago, I made a terrible mistake. One for which I could never atone.
Is this the sin that you mentioned in Dwayne Karst?
I am, in truth, not a human being. My real form, one that I held for centuries, was that of a wild crane. I spent many, many years living on Mount Outsong, bathing in the soft breeze and drinking the sweet dew of the mountains. At some point, I somehow gained wisdom and sentience. The Lord of the Mountain, Cloud Retainer, became aware of my existence and began to share many stories with me. She even passed on the secret of cultivation to me. Though she never took me on as a formal disciple, I always saw her as my master. Whenever she took out her tools to work on mechanisms or new inventions, I would also stand next to her and watch. I even contemplated completing my training and becoming an adeptus in my own right. I followed her teachings, and time gradually passed us by. Until that fateful day 50 years ago.
The drought. Was that actually Cloud Retainer or was that her?
50 years ago?
Did Cloud Retainer ask her not to do something back then and she did it?
That's right. Master regaled me with many stories of her past deeds. From them, I learned how she had saved people from a similar crisis in the past. She was the one I looked up to the most. More than anything, I dreamt of becoming it, but I was still far from being a real adeptus. I possessed no ability to take on human form and fit in with the crowd. Once she learned of my desires, Master prepared a special dose of human mimicry potion for me.
So she wasn't she wasn't an adeptus. She was actually a wild crane. But she's actually just a wild crane the whole entire time, and she just lived her life as a human the whole entire time.
She warned me that the potion's effects would only last 10 years, and if I were to fail to return to my original form at the end of that time, I would forever forget my past as a crane and become something neither human, beast, nor adeptus.
So it was like a past the point of no return scenario.
Oh no. So that was the source of your dementia all along.
And she never returned to being a crane.
Was it because of Grandpa?
She had to save her grandfather just to throw herself away.
Indeed, I fell in love. Though he was human, he had spent his entire life training on Mount Tianheng. When we met, it was not only my first foray into the world below, but his as well. Although clumsy and impulsive as he was, you'd think he was the real strange bird among the two of us. But still, just like me, he cared deeply about the world and wanted, more than anything, to cleanse it of all pain and suffering. I could not help but fall for him. But my time continued to tick away. Those 10 years passed by in a flash. Yet I did not want to leave his side, so I...
Oh no! What happened next?
You still wanted to be human.
I committed an offense. I wanted to stay with him, even if it meant living a life full of pain and suffering, even if it meant that I would eventually turn into a monstrosity. I knew I had betrayed Master's hopes,
but I was too ashamed to face her. So I wrote her a long letter instead and asked someone to leave it outside her abode. I was convinced that she would not support my decision, and I lacked the courage to speak to her face to face. In my shame, I fled and tried to hide from the world, such that no one would be able to find me again. But that was only the beginning of my troubles. I began to suffer from a strange illness. My memories became hazy and confused, and I could no longer keep myself awake. I understood that my pain was caused by my refusal to return to the life I was fated to lead.
Yeah, because you deny yourself.
Along with my memories as a crane, I soon forgot the true cause of my suffering as well. I knew only that I had committed a sin. All I could do was pray for forgiveness, even if I had long forgotten what needed to be forgiven. Looking back, I was beyond lucky to have come across that traveling merchant at Wangshu Inn. It was such a fortunate coincidence that we were there at the same time. If it weren't for those soul-revitalizing tea pills,
Let me guess. Was it Cloud Retainer?
Coincidence? Why did I ever think it was a coincidence? Tea pills concocted using the blood of an Adeptus? Master, don't tell me. Back then, that merchant was actually...
Her?
Human custom would dictate the conferral of gifts to be in order when one's progeny is wedded, would it not? Consider the pills a symbol of one's best wishes.
So when I tried to conceal my name and mistakes from the world and hide myself away in perpetuity, the only person I managed to deceive was myself. You knew where I was all along.
Yeah, and that's why she went to Liyue to check on you.
One still remembers when you were but a fledgling. You possessed a certain fondness for a particular game. You would hide yourself among a group of wild cranes and ask one to pick you out from among the flock. One found you with such ease every time. 'Tis a truth most evident.
Wait! Paimon's confused! So, Cloud Retainer, you found Yuendai again? But how? When? And what happened after that?
Perhaps it is now time for one to recount the rest of the tale.
Okay! Now we finally get the full story. Also, there's no combat in the entire story quest now that I think about it. Oh, now we combat?
One was furious upon receiving your letter. Seized with anger, one set out to bring you to your senses.
The second you say that, I enter a combat scenario. So you went to Wangshu Inn, you found...
In truth, one had more than a few misgivings about your chosen partner. As an exorcist, his talent was lacking. One could hardly say his skill with sigils was any better. But soon, one came to appreciate the devotion he bestowed upon you during your illness. He never uttered a complaint and rarely left your side.
In other words, he was a good-for-nothing husband that barely did anything, but he redeemed himself by putting up with you.
Unwilling to begrudge someone of such character, one decided to overlook his aforementioned deficiencies, wishing to grant you a life without regrets. One gathered many divine ingredients and used one's own blood to create a form of medicine. Though imperfect, it managed to suppress the more dire effects of your illness.
You think that's safe to have different blood types?
As for how to deliver the medicine, after much contemplation, one eventually decided to perform the deed oneself. One took great care to alter one's features and select the appropriate attire. Only after meticulous scrutiny did one finally set out for Wangshu Inn.
You decided to give yourself a mustache, a frickin' basket hat, and really alter everything else.
As one expected, you were most ignorant of one's true identity, You showed not even the slightest inkling of recognition. One was quite torn.
So this is what John was talking about.
Should one have celebrated the success of one's disguise, or mourn the loss of your acquaintance?
Here's her skills. What skills?
Yeah.
Oh, that skill. Oh, okay. That skill. Well, never mind. I don't need to use a skill. Oh, dang it. Oh, dang it. I thought I could use a skill there. Hit! Oh, please, let me jump.
Nevertheless, one would speak to you about another matter, if you are amenable. Even considering your loss of memory, one was simply flabbergasted that you could so easily forget the consequences of consuming medicine infused with adeptal blood. Its proclivity to attract monsters is hardly that complicated of a concept to remember. To think that you tried to travel while weak from sickness and heavy with child.
Graceful like a frickin' bird.
Intervened to clear the fog. All of you would have been lost during the night. Make way for the Adeptus!
Boom! Wind mage character. Reverse allows every character to jump high. Okay. Ow.
Seize the skies!
Come on, get hit! Thank you.
Scatter! Skyward!
Boom! There we go. I got a helicopter after you use the burst. Jump after you use the burst.
Those monsters would hardly have pursued you with such ferocity without sufficient incentive. They were likely incited by the presence of godly remains.
Is this the same house, the abandoned house that we went to?
Said godly remains, in turn, were likely drawn to the trace of one scent on your body. One was, after all, an active participant in the Archon War. Some of the gods were likely shattered by contraptions of one's very making. In the end, one was relieved to see you endure through the night. At the break of dawn, one heard an infant's cry pierce through the air, and one saw you carefully cradle the child to your chest. Although certain mortal matters remain foreign to me, one could not help but be moved by your joy.
Mortal matters.
To see you happy, that was more than enough.
Okay. So, Cloud Retainer protected Hyundai from the monsters.
Now you should have a complete understanding of the events.
Wait! But if that's true, then the crane who took care of me when I was sick must also be...
Ah, one had almost neglected to recount the absurdities of that tale.
Absurdities. There we go. Oh, can I get here?
Just as Hyundai troubled one with her antics, upon finding you burning with fever, one made plans to bring you back to one's abode for treatment. However, upon seeing one's form, you began to cry, refusing to get on one's back. When one asked you why, apparently you believed that one could not possibly be a true Adeptus, because all illuminated cranes are white from tip to toe. One had no choice but to apply powder to one's body to conceal the variegated nature of one's appearance. You became more than amenable enough when one stood before you devoid of any other coloring.
So in other words, you gave yourself a white color to fool her.
It bears mentioning, however, that as a crane, Hyundai was nearly entirely pure white in color. Though you had never encountered her in that form, you still recognized the essence of her being. Perhaps fate brought you two together in more ways than one.
Okay. And that's how it all came to be.
Now all has been revealed.
You were with her the entire time, protecting her.
One owes you an apology, Yuan Dai. One recognized you upon your very entrance into Wanmin restaurant.
You just didn't say anything until now.
One has always viewed you as a disciple of equal standing with Ganyu and Shenhe. Indeed, one wished to bring your story to a satisfactory end with this visit to Liyue Harbor. Still, one could not reveal your identity right away. Had one simply informed you of all you had lost, all those cherished memories would merely have become the fictionalized account of another.
You wouldn't believe it, you wouldn't understand it, and you wouldn't know how to handle it.
Memories are most meaningful when recalled by those who lived through them. Would you not agree? Even if the process was painful and arduous to experience.
Master, I must ask. If you found me all those years ago, why did you leave me be, even though you knew about my mistake? Why did you not bring me back to Mount Outsong by force?
Because if you've seen all the things that Cloud Retainer does, Cloud Retainer barely puts herself forward.
One has never regarded your action as a mistake. It was a simple choice, nothing more. When it is time for one's progeny to leave the nest, it is the responsibility of an elder to let them fly free. Yet, when your wings grow weary and the night grows dark, just know that you always have a place to which to return. 'Tis a refuge referred to by many a name in mortal writing. Home, nest, haven. Whatever its denomination may be, its essence remains quite unchanged.
The idea of a home is a place you just call for yourself.
One speaks, of course, of a place not unlike one's own abode. One's disciples are free to come and go as they wish, yet the door remains forever open to those...
Thank you.
You and I. One expects you too have sensed the rapid deterioration of your condition as 40 years ago, you chose a path without a future. Though one used one's own blood to provide you with a few decades of extra time, it merely delayed the inevitable. One may have extended the path, yet one was unable to alter its final destination.
Death.
Even the power of an Adeptus has its limits. Had your condition continued to deteriorate, you would have forgotten your life as a human entirely. In the end, you would have turned into a creature lacking in the ability to even comprehend its own monstrousness.
Basically an animal.
Fortunately, you were able to avoid that scenario by reclaiming your memories. Though one sped the process along by providing some guidance, the result is entirely a reflection of your own effort.
Even though you opened the door, she still went through it.
So, what's gonna happen to Granny?
She'll know, but she'll have to come to terms with herself.
One will help her reclaim her original form as a wild crane. If it be fated, she may recover her sentience once.
She's gotta go back to being a regular crane, huh?
Is there no other way?
Master, you've already done more than enough for me. I don't know how I could possibly repay your kindness. This is a better result than I could have ever hoped for. How much time do I have left?
How much time do you have before returning to burb status?
Granny? Please don't leave, okay?
Don't be sad, dear child. Granny has led a wonderful life. My only regret is having to leave you behind.
God, I'm just thinking, I'm your grandmother, but I'm also a bird! Poof!
Don't forget to eat well, okay? A growing young lady like yourself needs lots of good food to grow big and strong. Promise Granny you'll take good care of yourself when I'm gone.
Your grandma's a bird.
I promise, Granny.
Good girl. Good girl. don't worry. It's not goodbye forever. I won't stop until I can turn into a human without having to rely on anything but my own power. When that day comes, we'll be able to live together again. You and I. How's that sound?
Okay.
That's a good girl. Even though we won't see each other for a little while, as long as we both work hard, we're sure to meet again someday.
Interesting the Traveler is thinking about this one, because every single family moment is going to constantly remind the Traveler that she too, or he, depending on which one you choose, is going to have to find the sibling at some point.
I'll eat well, Granny. I promise. And I'll wait for you.
That's a good girl. I'm so sorry, Master. Thank you.
Poof. Bird. Poof. Bird. Called it! My God. Dang.
Shoo.
Let her be. At her age, crying is a natural, if not fitting, response to... Tears are a necessary part of maturation. Sometimes there's scarcely a better vehicle to wash away the toll of stress. Now that the issue has been resolved, you should also take a moment to relax. Give yourself some time to rest.
Why? Because Cloud Retainer knows that the Traveler is also somehow affected by this as well? Fly away like a bird. Dang. And then we sleep on the hard ground. Really? 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 Really?
I always believed we would see each other again, that our days of separation would finally end, and all my troubles would be behind me. Stay this way forever.
But then you have to wake up and realize it never was meant to be forever.
A nightmare? Curious. If you're relaxed, shouldn't your dreams be pleasant?
It was a good dream. It's just...
You weren't ready to wake up.
Yeah.
Eloquent as one may be, words of comfort are not one's strong suit.
You're not good at it!
You are doing all you can. One can see your strength of will, your fearlessness in the face of danger. And so, whatever your dream may be, one believes that you shall achieve it. Of course, whenever the perils you face overwhelm you, or you become weary, one is always here for you. After all, as an elder, it is only right to look out for the young ones.
Grilled chicken drumsticks.
No, I don't know why. Biting your own finger.
Was Paimon sleeping just now?
Yes! Remember the screenshot. Why? I sent it to you before.
Oh, Paimon wasn't talking to you. Paimon had a dream about eating grilled chicken drumsticks, that's all.
Yeah, by eating your own finger!
Madam...
Oh, Shuyu, you're awake. How do you feel?
I feel... a little better. Madam, Adeptus? Could I, ask you something? Would you take me in as a disciple?
Wow, things have gone full circle. It started another circle.
Oh. And have you reasons for this sudden interest?
I know Granny thought what she did back then was wrong. She felt really bad about it.
Your grandmother felt that she couldn't face Cloud Retainer, but my guess is you want to try to overcome all the mistakes that your grandmother has made.
But without that mistake, I would have never been born. Even though Granny lost her memories, she never forgot to show me how much she loved me. So, I thought maybe one day I could become a cool Adeptus like you and help a whole bunch of people, just like Granny wanted to do.
That is a whole other process, like taking on a godly process.
Upon some reflection, one supposes you are no mere mortal. The fact that Yuendai's blood flows through your veins is proof enough of that. If this is what you desire, one shall make it so.
Nepotism. Also, I thought the idea of, anyways, I revealed that he met you back in the Lantern Race. She was with the Cloud Retainer as her newest disciple. Oh! I literally forgot everything. Oh! I still forgot everything. Oh! Never mind.
Thank you so much, Madam Adeptus. No, I mean...
Dead.
Master.
Shuyu, are you sure about this?
Are you sure you want to spend hundreds of years being with the person who will teach you about godly ways and cause you to want to yearn to return to humanity at some point in your later life?
Paimon's gonna let you in on a little secret. We've seen Cloud Retainer's 2 other disciples, and they pretty much eat nothing but bitter herbs like chin-chin and violet grass.
You know what? Good! Because sometimes you gotta forego the delicious stuff. Like, I cut out a lot of foods in my life, and that's just me.
If you join them, you'll never enjoy One-Man Restaurant's delicious cooking ever again.
You'll just have to live off nature itself.
How utterly preposterous. One has never enforced such a rule.
No, you never enforce the rule on anyone else. That's just something you do for yourself.
Every individual must find their own path to enlightenment. So long as one retains a pureness of spirit, one's dietary proclivities are quite irrelevant.
Well, you say that, but Paimon's not seeing any tasty treats up here now, is she?
Why, you want tasty treats? Then go get the tasty treat. I feel like I'm gonna treat you like a dog if you want a tasty treat.
Although Mount Outsong is rich in natural beauty, its location does preclude access to certain finer mortal comforts. That is precisely why one plans to relocate to Liyue Harbor. Shuyu shall have the honor of becoming one's first disciple in the human world.
Whoa! You're leaving Mount Outsong?
Is that why you took on this human form?
One has never concerned oneself with the location of one's residence. From the very beginning, one has sought only solace and peace. Yet in the end, all of one's disciples ended up in Liyue Harbor. Ganyu, Shenhe, Yuendai, they all chose a life among the mortal world.
What?
One has reflected on this fact for many years now. One can only assume that it is due to some failing on one's part as an elder or master. A failing, perhaps, of recognizing what it was they truly wanted. One is most curious as to what aspect of Liyue Harbor could have enticed them to remain there. One could hardly offer an opinion on the matter. Perhaps some time in the harbor will prove instructive. Why are you all so silent?
Paimon is, just a bit shocked, that's all. So, does this mean we can grab a meal together in Liyue Harbor sometime?
Yes, now go get it!
One has precious little time to squander. However, if one finds oneself otherwise unoccupied, one would not be opposed to the idea.
Well, I mean, if you really want to, I guess I might as well do it. Says the person who thought they could put themselves forward and still find themselves holding back when talking to Paimon.
One will be assuming the identity of a human while residing in Liyue Harbor. You should take care to avoid disclosing one's true identity.
In other words, when it comes to my real identity, shut up!
Don't worry, we'll help you keep it a secret.
Says the person who barely keeps anything ever a secret and doesn't really learn to shut up when they have to shut up.
So, when can we expect to start seeing you in the city?
Says the person who probably wants to eat when they're in the city.
Perhaps in 2 days' time. One has some matters to see to before one's departure. Preparation is the key to success, after all. One plans to put up various items from one's collection for sale. The earnings should provide for a comfortable living in Liyue Harbor.
I'm gonna sell all my stuff and hope to God to live off the rent from that.
One has already picked out a handsome property near Chuhu Rock. 'Tis no small purchase, but what is mortal life if not one expense after another?
I think it's like everything included, because that's kind of why you went to Street Rambler, because you wanted to know what the rent was like in the first place.
Seems like you've really thought of everything.
Yes, she's lived through everything. She's over 4,000 years old, so don't be surprised if she's literally gone through the entire history of China.
Then how about we meet up in Liyue Harbor in 2 days?
Fine.
A sensible plan. See you then. Oh,
fine.
Also, why don't you take this suspense somnium mechanism as a souvenir? Anytime you should feel ill at ease in the future, you may try quieting your mind and sitting in meditation as you listen to its melodies. It might help you find a new perspective.
Awesome! Thanks, Cloud Retainer!
Great, the lying machine. The lying sleeping machine.
Hey, didn't we promise Shincho that we'd tell him what we found out? Should we make a trip to the Feiyun Commerce?
Yes! Oh, yeah. I try to get as much as I can out of water.
Your concerns are excessive and unfounded. This is but a simple collection of ordinary valuables. Such intense scrutiny is hardly necessary.
To be quite honest, your insistence on that fact is my primary cause for concern. In what way are any of these ordinary? Every single item here could be worth more than everything I own combined. I simply can't risk shelling out that kind of mora without proper scrutiny. If I'm wrong, I would never be able to earn it back, not even if I worked every single day for the rest of my life.
In other words, you're not sure of the value of the materials here and there.
I have to be careful. Yes, you can never be too careful.
Miss Shenyan, what are you guys arguing about?
Ah, perfect timing. This ignoramus is questioning the authenticity of my wares.
Yeah, well, maybe you should, learn to put a price tag on your stuff before you decide to sell it.
I'll have you know, these items have remained untouched in my personal collection for several hundred years. To question their legitimacy is pure folly.
Yeah, well, it's just you claiming that. And I honestly don't blame him for his response on that.
Several hundred years?
Indeed. They're family heirlooms, you see. Passed down over many generations, as families are wont to do.
Right, says the person like, wait, you're over several hundred years old? No, my family's several hundred years old.
Yep, they've definitely been around a while. We can vouch for her on that one.
The fact that this guy's gonna take Paimon's word for it.
Hear that? Had I not found myself in need of mora, I would scarcely have had the heart to part with them. Indeed, you should consider it an honor to even have the opportunity to behold them with your own eyes.
It's almost like if Batman had a credit card. How can Batman ever have a credit card? How can someone who's never been around in civilization to the Batman credit card?
7 million. Never leave the cave without it.
He actually did have a credit card in one of those movies. Oh my god. Like, how can someone who's a bit of a superhero behind the scenes, how could Bruce Wayne, or no, everybody had, no, man, I was so bad. This is exactly what I'm thinking of when it comes to the Batman credit card. Like, they are several hundred years old, but how can she ever prove that without revealing her identity?
Doubt their authenticity any further, and I may just decide to take—
Whoa, 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 whoa! Please don't go! I apologize for any insult, miss. You see, I know full well that I lack the knowledge to judge the true worth of these items. If you could wait but a moment, I've hired an expert to appraise them for me. He should be here shortly.
Okay, we'll go with that.
An expert, you say? Very well. I will wait for a little while longer, then. Traveler, Paimon.
Master! Oh, it's you two again. Hello.
Okay, Master.
Shoo-you! You got a new outfit! Mm-hmm. Master made it for me. I like it too.
The teal dress outfit, just like Cloud Retainer.
Huh? You know how to make clothes?
Yeah.
Do I know how to make clothes? With the support of the proper mechanism, sewing is hardly a challenge.
Master, I brought in most of my stuff. There's a few boxes.
Fret not. I shall help you move them into your room.
Actually, I should probably sort through my stuff a bit first.
Fine.
It appears my young apprentice has her own fair share of secrets.
Okay.
Now, this expert you mentioned. When can we expect their arrival?
Soon. Ah, there he is. Here, allow me to make some introductions. This is Mr. Zhongli, a well-respected consultant at Wangshang Funeral Parlor and an expert in all manner of valuables and antiques.
Well, I'm pretty sure this should go smoothly.
Mr. Zhongli, this is Miss Shen Yun. She's the one who's looking to sell the collection of valuables I mentioned earlier.
Awkward.
If it isn't Miss Shenyun. It has been quite some time since our last meeting. What a serendipitous reunion.
Indeed, most serendipitous. Have you been faring well as of late, Mr. Zhongli?
Quite well, thank you. I was fortunate enough over the past few days to enjoy both a stroll in the mountains and a fresh brew of tea from the most recent harvest.
Huh. So you two are already acquainted?
Yes, they're both thousands of years old. They know each other.
Indeed. How fortunate we are that fate has brought us together again. If you are otherwise unaware, allow me to inform you that Miss Shenyun is a well-regarded collector and appraiser. She is well-versed in all fields, and oft-celebrated for her impeccable taste. You stand to gain much from this opportunity.
You are too kind, Mr. Zhongli. True collectors pride themselves on their wealth of knowledge and eye for detail. I can say without a doubt that you are foremost in that regard.
Interesting that Paimon and Traveler are giving each other looks.
Why, you flatter me, Miss Shenyun. It would seem that you are as self-effacing as ever.
Not at all, Mr. Zhongli.
While I am loath to butt into this conversation, I must ask...
Do you know each other?
You two already knew each other, and you seem to have quite a cordial relationship. Can I be certain that you're not working together to swindle me? I mean, you never know.
Because there's okay, like the idea of work and personal relationships are getting mixed up. My guess is like he feels like he's the only one not in on it. I get what he means.
Huh! A preposterous accusation. The heavens themselves would collapse before we would conspire to do such a thing.
Miss Shenyun speaks the truth. Contracts are built on honesty and trust. If that proves to be beyond your capabilities in this instance, this transaction may be taken elsewhere.
Say no more. Let us depart.
And he's gonna...
I jest! What fool would still harbor doubts after Mr. Zhongli himself has vouched for the goods? Miss Shenyun, wait!
Wow. Now are you finally gonna finish up?
I deeply apologize for doubting you. So, Mr. Zhongli, could you please give me...
There is no cause for concern. They are indeed rare and precious valuables. Take this mechanism, for instance. Though one may not immediately perceive its purpose, its structure and appearance are exquisite enough to merit it a place in any. The same can be said for this one here. Few could hope to possess an item that so perfectly blends mechanical wonder with geometric grace. I am sure you have heard from your travels that the study of mechanisms is among the most wondrous arts in this world.
All right. Since I hired you as my consultant, Mr. Zhongli, I shall, of course, trust your good opinion. Then, in that case, Miss Shenyun, I'll take the lot. However, since the final sum is quite large, how about we start with an initial deposit through the Northland Bank?
The Northland Bank? Huh. Oh, you refer to the fiduciary house.
I fear people only use the term bank nowadays. In that case, I'll be off for now. I'll return to collect the goods once you've received the funds.
Okay. And that should help her to get her stuff going.
Zhongli!
My friends, have you been doing well?
Is that stuff actually authentic?
We've been great!
My days have been quite pleasant as well. I had been quietly enjoying a cup of tea when Mr. Xiaozu requested my services. As for you, Miss Shenyun, I presume you must be looking to settle in the city?
Yes.
I must say, the name Shenyun sounds exceedingly strange coming from you. Perhaps you could dispense of that particular...
Whatever for. Am I not addressing you as a friend should?
Well, that is true, but... Alas, refer to me however you will. After all, a name exists such that others may address you with it. One is hardly ignorant of that fact.
It would seem that you have gained many valuable insights over the years, Cloud Retainer.
One has indeed. One's previous stays were all brief. Now that one has made up one's mind to move and settle, one has gained a much better appreciation of the hubbub and commotion of the city. This city is much changed from how it was more than 1,000 years ago.
Yeah, 'cause, anything changes from, like, any time ago. And, it's especially a big change when you've been living in the countryside, mountainside, wherever, non-city side for so long. It, of course, is a huge change.
Not unlike the ocean tides, so too shall the movement of people ebb and flow. From turmoil to peace, enlightenment to aspiration. Human society possesses limitless potential. In another 1,000 years, the scene we witness here may change in ways that are impossible for either of us to imagine.
Futuristic city?
Alright, that's enough reflection for one day. No need to get all sentimental on us.
Yeah, because if you hear Zhongli reflect on everything, we'd be here longer than he's ever existed times the time he's existed.
You make a valid point, Paimon. Now that the sale has concluded, what say one plays the host as we try some specialty dishes?
Fine.
Perhaps you have forgotten, Cloud Retainer, but I once tried my hand at that dish. You were at the table on that occasion, so logic dictates that you should have already tried it.
So in other words, try something different?
Oh? What occasion was this?
It was a reunion between friends several centuries ago.
Oh, God.
Alas, you must have been too preoccupied to secure yourself a portion. Or perhaps our other companions simply availed themselves of faster reflexes on that occasion.
You couldn't quite eat it back then.
Hardly. 'Twas most certainly out of consideration for the others in attendance. In but a moment, one will show you what it means to have a true deftness of hand. It is settled then. Bamboo shoot soup, mora meat, crab roe tofu, triple layered consommé. We shall enjoy the lot.
Okay, what about Adeptus Temptation?
One has already passed word to Shenhe and Ganyu to make a reservation. It is prime time for them to meet one's newest disciple.
Fine.
It should be a most splendid occasion.
Fine.
Shu-Yu, come now. It is time to dine. Ah, this gentleman over here is Mr. Zhang Li.
It's all...
He is,
A humble employee of Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Nice to meet you too, Mr. Zhang.
That should be everyone, right? Let's go!
Because Shu-Yu is an orphan who's being adopted by Cloud Retainer and somehow knows Zhongli.
Sounds good. Actually, Master, have you ever tried Adeptus' temptation?
Called
I heard
it!
it's impossible to stop eating after even just one bite.
Called it!
that sounds rather
Huh? Why are you all walking so fast? Hey, wait for Paimon!
Why are you flying so slow?
Hey, wait up!
And then they didn't wait up. Ah! Called it! And then that concludes the story quest for today. Now... There's no way. There's no way. There's no way I'll be able to get Mavuka. I would not even bet on it, but I'll just try it anyways, because this... She was just released today! If I see a shiny... No, purple, fail, fail, fail. Failure. I'm not gonna get it. No! No! Ooh, Kachina. Nope! 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 And nope-a-rono. I nope my way to the nope universe. Screw it! I knew I was not gonna do it. Alright, screw it. I gotta end the live streaming here. I gotta get something to eat. Thank you all for joining. I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye!